Good afternoon and welcome to the first in a series of Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise programs brought to you by Five Continents Communications, raising money for the Veterans Health Network. Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. Let's start out with healthy. And on healthy, I'm a great example. For the last 2 years, I've been taking the NCDs from the Veterans Health Network. My blood pressure's down 30 points, as many of you already know. My weight's down from 206 to 178 this morning. Fantastic. I went from 2 steps to a wheelchair to 2 days a week playing golf, riding my bike on Sundays, exercising every day, and basically feeling so much better than I used to. And I also suffer from diabetes and neuropathy. The neuropathy is painful 24 hours a day, every day. Last November, Richard Corsali, the founder of Veterans Health Network, gave me a tube of this real-time pain relief. 5 minutes later, I didn't have reduced pain. I was pain-free, and I've been pain-free since then. If you go to capital V, capital H, capital N, online.org, and you will see all of the health products that the Veterans Health Network buys for veterans and then gives to the veteran at no charge to the veteran whatsoever. And we end up using many of the veterans on our video shows, which you'll also see on that website. And it covers all of the health issues that we cover, the over 160 different forms of arthritis that the pain relief works on. And anything from PSTD to Agent Orange that the NCDs and other products work on. It is fantastic. Now I'd like to take a couple of minutes and say a few things about Richard Corsali, the founder of Veterans Health Network. Richard served in the Navy back in the 60s, and then, got married, had a business, blah, blah, blah. And 2.5 years ago, he decided to start this charity to help veterans with the wounds that we don't see. Agent Orange, PSTD, COPD, PAD, you name it. And he devised this plan, which I'm going to explain to you, where he purchases products and then gives them to the veterans. And then the commissions on the purchase of these products go back to the Veterans Health Network to help it expand. Then about 5 months ago, he had one more program that brings us to the wealthy part of Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. And that's the Four Corners Alliance Group. We're going to pause in a few minutes and go to a video, a 9-minute video on Four Corners, and then we'll return back to the show. But I'm very skeptical about anything, and when I first met Richard, my wife told me to forget about him. Don't waste my time. He's going to take my money. Well, he never did that, and the only thing he ever did do was to spend $120 a month of y'all's money on sending me NCDs and another $30 a month on real-time pain relief to help me. So I'm available for every event, and anytime that Richard needs me to do anything, I'm there. A little bit about myself. At the young age of 22, I received a letter in the mail that said, "Greetings." And you know what that means. It means you're going into service. I didn't want to go, so I threw it in the trash and forgot about it. A couple weeks later, we had a knock at the door. It was the FBI, and they gave me a choice. You want to go to jail or you want to go to Army school? So I went to Army school, and I went to Fort Lewis, Washington, to basic training. And I learned to run 5 miles before I had my breakfast, 5 before lunch, 5 before dinner. And I didn't want to be in the Army, and I wanted out of the Army. They wouldn't let me out of the Army. And the next thing you know, I got hooked on it. I liked running 5 miles every morning and every afternoon. I liked the PT training. I volunteered for MP school. I volunteered for Ranger school. I volunteered for jump school at Fort Benning. thinking that if I went to enough schools, I wouldn't have enough time left to serve in a combat zone. Well, next to the last week of Ranger School, they decided to send all of us to Vietnam on a C-130 so that we could bail out over Cam Ranh Bay and bring ammunition to the 4th Division that had left, yes, Fort Lewis, where I started. But they arrived 3 days ahead of their ammo boat. It got caught up in heavy seas. So there we were. And I stayed there for a year, lost about 30 of my friends that I had been in the Army with for quite a while. So I went back to Fort Lewis and volunteered for sniper school. Now I've got 2 cross pistols on my hat. That's for the MP division. I've got the Ranger insignia, and that's for the Airborne Rangers. I've got the combat rifle with the parachute around it. Got everything. And I got out of the Army, and I got spit at, and I got called a baby killer. Totally different mood than it is today. Totally different mood. Back in 2002, I was scheduled to have a heart surgery, except I didn't have the insurance required to go ahead with it. My wife said, weren't you in the Army? I said, yeah, I was in the Army. She said, well, you can go to Bay Pines and they'll take care of you. Well, I went to Bay Pines. It took several months to prove I'd been in the Army because my records were burned in a St. Louis fire, along with almost 2 million other GIs veterans. But then I finally started getting medical attention. I got 5 stents. I've got a bypass from my heart down in my groin. And I'm on 9 medications twice a day. But as I mentioned earlier, my blood pressure's down 30 points. My doctors are amazed, and I'm pain-free and have most of the people that I know at the VA getting their real-time pain relief from the Veterans Health Network. Also, after fighting the VA since 2003, last December I was awarded 100% disability and total compensation by the Army. Unbelievable. If I had known back in 1966 how they were going to treat me later in life, I probably would have stayed in. I was in the health club business until the early 1990s when I made a terrible mistake in judgment and decided that AIDS was going to ruin the health club industry. So I left the health club industry, and my partner went on to build another 600 and some odd health clubs across the United States and the Caribbean. I went into telecommunications and started my own phone company. I did very well. And in 1996, I did all the Summer Olympic Games. I did all the payphones, all the prepaid telephone cards, all the ATM machines surrounding Olympic Park. Naturally, on the second night of the games, the bomb went off, and they built fences around the park, and you couldn't even stick your hand in one of my phones to put a quarter in. So that was the end of that. I sold what was left of the company and retired down here to South Florida. I met my bride just before the 96 games and ended up getting married over here, and I'm still on my honeymoon a little more than 19 years later. I met Richard a couple years ago, and I decided to take an interest in this because it seemed unique. When I came back from Vietnam, people spit at us. I couldn't even ride on a bus. And just this morning on my way down here to the studio, I got on the bus and people clapped and thanked me for my service. Can you believe that? I guess it's the hat and the shirt. But what a difference. And I told everybody on the bus what a difference. And they, many of them agreed with me because there's a lot of us old codgers on the bus. Anyway, that's enough of that. And I think we're going to break for a while so you can see the Four Corners video, and then I'll be back to explain the whys.
What if you had a business that had multiple income streams with unlimited earning potential? And what if this business had an amazing support system that gave you all the tools you needed to succeed on a huge scale? Now, what if you had all this, plus a massive marketplace that's starving for your product? In about 60 seconds or so, I'm going to tell you how you can rake in profits well into the 6 figures with our breakthrough package of innovative financial resources. So get ready. We're talking about a new way of thinking, marketing, and selling that is literally shocking the world. Four Corners is all about giving people like you the right tools to start up a profit machine that merges sound financial principles with cutting-edge growth strategies. It starts with a motivated mindset and ends with a refreshing feeling of long-term security that is so rare in this industry. Let's face it, the last thing you want right now is another company built on a foundation of sand, here today and gone tomorrow. I've been through that myself and have heard all kinds of horror stories. So if you're anything like me, you're looking for something different. An organization that you can put yourself into 100% and know that you'll be taken care of, not just tomorrow, but next month, next year, and beyond. With Four Corners, from the moment you come on board, you will be treated like a true business partner with all the support, guidance, and financial perks that come with it. You will be offering people their own levels of financial growth and security. With baby boomers entering retirement age, this is a marketplace that is exploding before our eyes. You'll be given all the tools to grow your business as big as you want, while knowing in your heart of hearts that you are giving these folks the financial guidance they desperately need right now. Think about what this would mean for you. No more struggling to find the right company. No more wondering about your own financial future. Just a rock-solid growth opportunity with a team of seasoned financial, IT, and marketing professionals who've got your back. You'll be putting high-caliber financial products out there, armed with a dynamic, ongoing marketing toolkit where the products pretty much sell themselves. You'll have 5 different ways to bring in ongoing commissions that have the potential to change your own financial future very quickly. And you can get started right now for the price of a large pizza. So knowing that we assume all risk, and with the knowledge that you'll be partnering with a company that will be here for you for the long haul, with products that are perfect for a dramatically expanding marketplace of consumers hungry for what you have, it really makes sense to jump on board this multi-win opportunity. Now to seal the deal, let's take a look at all the ways you can build wealth. You're going to love this. The first thing you need to know about your revenue potential is just how powerful it is. Just take a look at the instant commission matrix. You actually get paid a whopping 100% instant matching commission every time someone you sponsor purchases a product. This puts the motivation to sell squarely on your downline, and it gives them some very lucrative reasons to learn and grow at a rapid pace, as well as stick with you for the long term. Now, where you start earning exponentially comes when more products are purchased underneath you, and as each product row gets filled, you begin to see dramatically higher payouts. For example, if you have 4 people in your downline and each person sells a Tier 1 product, you get paid a total of $16, which isn't bad. But this is just the beginning, because the higher you go in product levels, the exponential part kicks in big time as you begin to earn at all tiers on all products, directly and instantly from all buyers and team members. Why? Because if your original 4 people each bring in 4 people, then those 16 people bring in their own 16, and so on. It builds up your income stream very quickly and powerfully to heights of revenue that you probably only dreamed about. And with more product levels come more income streams. It's an elegant profit system that just keeps growing upon itself. The higher the commissions of your downline, the higher your commissions will be, all the way up to a potential $500,000 for every referral. Of course, it's going to be your job as the leader to build your team aggressively right from the get-go, because you'd probably want all this money sooner rather than later. And it's best to strike while the iron is hot. Whether it's income derived from the sponsor's 100% match, the monthly newsletter subscriptions, or your own retail store, it all starts with your tiny $18 investment. Here at Four Corners Alliance Group, we're all about helping you down a path to creating financial freedom for you and your team members. But the most critical component to all this is you. The sooner you take action and join us, the sooner you will start down a path to a potentially massive revenue stream to begin this lucrative partnership.
And I hope you enjoyed that Four Corners video. Now I want to say a few things about the Four Corners Alliance. It is global. It's in every country. So I'd like you to make a list. Who do you know that lives in another country? So you could let me know who they are and where they are. I can contact them and I can get them in this program. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes and explain this program to you and how we go about it at 5 and at the Veterans Health Network. The only requirement in this program is that you spend $18 and then you go get 4 people to do the same thing. The variation that we have is we'll pay the $18 for a veteran, and we'll go get the 4 people, and we'll go get the 4 people that each of those people need, and on and on and on. This program is fail-safe. It's brilliant the way Richard has done this. We're going to go out and raise money so that veterans can stay home, be healthy, be wealthy, and be wise. And now I'm going to say a little bit about the wise portion of this program, because it also comes from Four Corners Alliance in a series of books that show you how to save money, how to make your money work harder for you than you did to get it, which is always good. Problem with money is it doesn't come with directions. It doesn't tell you how to get more. It doesn't tell you how to build more. It doesn't tell you anything. You have to learn these things. Many of us have to learn it the hard way again, and again. But it's like Peter Tosh says in his song. You have to pick yourself up, you have to dust yourself off, and you have to do it all over again. That's it in a nutshell. That's healthy, that's wealthy, and that's wise. Please email me your comments, and let's get going. Oh, and one more thing. Today's the 15th. You have until the 1st of June. Every new agent that you recommend to us, you can receive up to $1,000 bonus. How's that for starters? Have a nice day.